What is this burger monster gonna do once it gets you? Is it gonna gum you to death? Like, where's the teeth in this thing?
I guess the octopus tentacles, it's gonna grab you.
It's gonna slurp you up.
Yeah, it's gonna eat you, I guess.
Yeah, I guess, or just like suckle on you. Hi everybody, welcome back to No More Ink, the official after show for Inkmaster that also dives deeper into the world of tattoos. I'm your host Ryan Ashley, and joining me today is the very funny and very tattooed comedian, Natalie Cuomo. Hey!
Hey.
Thanks for stopping by.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah. So you are pretty tattooed, huh? Look at this.
Oh, thank you.
When did your tattoo journey begin?
I started giving them to myself when I was like 16 in a not recommended way. And then I started getting them like when I was 18 and you legally could.
I feel like when you're a teenager in New York City, tattoos are like candy.
Yes.
I was just saying, like, you go down to the Village at night, like after you're hanging out with your friends, and you pop into the tattoo shops and you're like, is anyone available to do anything right now? I'm thinking about getting something. I don't know what yet, but what do you think?
It's so accessible. I've never been decisive in any area of my life except for with tattoos. That's the only place where I've been like, yeah, I'm not gonna ask anyone else's opinion. I'm just gonna do this.
It's like your body's wallpaper. You don't ask anyone else's opinion when you're choosing furniture for your house, right? You choose what you want. And so tattoos are supposed to be for you. You started getting tattooed in New York City. Do you have certain tattooers that you've been loyal to through the years? Or does your life story with tattoos sort of evolve and you find new people and new shops?
Yeah, well, it started for me at Rose Tattoo in Brooklyn. So I would just like pop over like every day, hang out with them. That's kind of like where my real love for tattooing started. And Mark, the owner of Rose, he actually like gave me the space to produce my first ever comedy show. So he had like this art gallery down the block, and that was like my first ever show that I produced, and it was a monthly that I produced there. So I feel like my relationship to those tattooers like meant so much to me, and also just helped me with my comedy because it gave me the space to create my own stage time, form relationships with other comedians, and the way those two things went hand in hand meant a lot to me when I was starting out.
I think I had the same trajectory where like, I've always loved tattoos and body art, but it wasn't until I made friends with some tattooers and I started hanging out in a tattoo shop that I understood how beautiful the actual culture is, right? It's a whole culture of tattooing, and it's a lifestyle, and it's somehow this aspect of life where you can have a career hanging out with other artists, making money, changing people's lives, making people happy. And shops a lot of the time feel like a little family.
Yes.
You know, it's like their own little TV shows, their own little, situations and dramas and stuff. But I agree, it's not just the art, it's the whole lifestyle of being involved. So you're currently on tour right now,
Yes.
right? What does that look like for you?
It's exciting. I'm about to go to Europe next week and do my first international tour. So I'm doing 10 cities in Europe. And I'm nervous, but I'm excited.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Are you gonna collect any tattoos on your journey?
Hopefully. I mean, I honestly don't usually get tattooed when I travel because it's just like you're in a city for like a few nights. You don't have much time. Like when you're there, you wanna like go over your set and then like finally get sleep. But I feel like it's just, I have to get at least one while I'm in Europe.
It's your first European tour, you
Yeah.
gotta get one.
Yes.
And Europe has some of the best tattooers in the world. So
I agree.
what do you project your tattoo journey to look like? Are you gonna continue, you're gonna fill it all up, fill up the whole body?
I've always said like when I have the income that I dream of, I want the perfect back piece. And I like just continuing to fill in tattoos. It's a part of my life that makes me happy. So
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's definitely another correlation between tattooing and comedy. It brings people together, right? And it forms connections in areas that there may not be any other connections. Like people can enjoy an emotion or understand at least an emotion together and sort of come together and connect in that way, which is awesome.
I agree.
Well, before we get into what went down this week on the show, we're going to revisit a prior season for Ink Remastered. Fans know that the end of each episode also brings a big elimination, but we decided to give former contestants one more go at the tattoo that sent them packing. Today, we have our friend David Martinez from season 15. Take a look.
David and Jazzy, based on your work, one of you will be packing your machines.
David's problem is he just didn't use his sharpest tool.
I can guarantee you that this is not what represents me.
I already like it better just as the stencil.
Yeah, yeah. I like that he did a close-up of the head instead of the full body too.
So much smarter.
Yeah.
Isn't that crazy? I'm like, I already know I instantly like it more.
It's cool.
Look at all his trophies in the back. So cute. I remember when David competed, he hadn't been using color at all. And during one of the challenges, he found out what full saturation meant. I'm like, how have you survived this long in this competition without one of the main terminology? So I'm actually excited to see, wow, so much more of a dynamic composition.
That's cool. Oh my God. I definitely like the second tattoo a lot better.
He has figured out a way to incorporate his style into different challenges where it still reads as him.
I was just thinking that it does seem still like his style because the different like thicknesses of the lines, I feel like he's kind of bringing that in.
The thing is about David, he's really proud of the style he's developed, and it's very angular, and it really emphasizes the planes with different lines and structures. It almost reminds me of like construction paper or something.
Yeah,
right?
Like you're just kind of cutting it out and then pasting it. It looks cool.
It's cool. Definitely a better take that reads more like one of his tattoos.
And I think the way that the tiger's looking at you, there's so much more emotion conveyed in the face.
Definitely, this is the direction he should be going in, developing his style with color. Without any further ado, let's get into the ink. Here is your official spoiler alert. On this episode of Inkmaster, the Flash Challenge is themed around contrast, and it requires creating a giant masterpiece on a concrete wall using power tools, angle grinders, sanders. It was insane. There are 5 OGs and only 2 young guns left in the competition, so James is picked to help the newbies.
Nothing would annoy James more than joining our team right now.
Bye. Well, here's my worst nightmare come true.
Welcome to our team.
It's what it's like to feel young again.
So James got to show off his mentor skills coming in and helping out these young guns. I know that mentors in the tattoo industry are extremely important, extremely influential, and can really shape you as an artist. Are there mentors in the comedy world?
Definitely, definitely. There's people that I look up to that like I can call if I ever have a question. You know, there's a comedian, her name is Bonnie McFarlane, and she is the one person that like I'll call if I ever really like need an ear, need advice. She's so hilarious. So I definitely feel like it's not an official mentorship in any regard, but there are people that have been doing it a lot longer than you that you kind of develop these relationships with that are really organic and genuine and mean a lot.
James and the Young Guns end up winning.
The judges have determined the winner of the Flash Challenge is the Young Guns and James.
Just high five. Just high five.
Which means they have the power to assign all of the canvases this week. The Flash Challenge this week, as a judge, was one of my favorite Flash Challenges ever that I've seen, because both pieces were really impressive. They were cool pieces of art. We didn't have a bad thing to say about either of them, and to be honest, it was hard for us to choose.
I agree, they were both amazing, and the challenge looked so difficult. I mean, I'm impressed by both, but I have to say I love the goldfish, and I love the expression on the goldfish's face. That detail was so awesome, so I do think that they deserved it.
Oh my God, I couldn't stop looking at its little bottom lip. That cute little bottom lip, it was so pouty.
Yeah.
I'm a sucker for expression though. Anytime artwork can completely convey a character in that way so that when you look at it, you feel like you would know what voice it would have.
Yes.
Right? Like your brain fills in all of the missing blanks to create a well-rounded character. That's really impactful for me, right?
Yeah.
So yeah, the goldfish was so cute, but the snail was awesome too.
It was.
It was such a good challenge. We're going to dive deeper into Inkmaster, but first, a game. The Sketch It Challenge. It's probably my favorite part of this whole after show, and to be honest, it's usually the comic relief. Nice. So they are going to give you a secret word, tattoo related. You're gonna sketch it, I'm gonna try to guess, and then we'll flip-flop, and we'll see who wins the trophy.
Okay.
Yeah, there's trophies in the back. Let's see what you got.
Okay.
Already.
This is really good so far.
It's a ticket counter. It looks like the vintage diner by my house, to be honest.
Okay.
Street shop?
Close.
Street shop. Flash day?
Less close.
Do I need to pay attention to the drawing specifically in the windows?
No.
Oh, okay.
They're adding to it. You know, it's just the overall ambiance.
Ambiance.
Your first guess was really close.
Not street shop, just tattoo shop?
Yes.
Oh.
What do you think?
I was trying to get specific with it.
Yeah.
Yeah, that looks great.
That's honestly better than I thought I would do.
See, when I saw the flash in the window, I thought specifically street shop. Then I'm like, oh, they're having a flash sale? This word is kind of hard. You know what? Okay, are you ready?
Okay.
Okay, let's do it.
Okay.
Like, how am I gonna show this?
Okay.
But I think I'm gonna figure it out. Just bear with me.
I like how you're using different colors.
Oh yeah, I'm a color artist now.
Flower.
Very good. But that's not anything to do with the word. Well, you already know it's a flower. I'm just being an right now doing all of this.
No, I like it though.
Okay, good. So this is the important part.
Okay. Another flower. Mm-hmm. Oh, color saturation.
This. What's this?
Stencil.
Yay! Not a bad way to show it, I guess.
Pretty
right?
good.
It's more of a journey I had to take you on.
I like the journey.
Well, it's all about the journey, right? Not the destination.
Nice, that was good.
Wow, look at that.
Wow, I like that.
God, I should be an artist. Let's take a look at this week's art.
Today, you must take on your competitors by tattooing a new school monster.
This was Stephanie's guitar monster.
I mean, it was super cute. I love the face on it. I think it's awesome.
It's cute. The only reason she was in the bottom was because, well, first of all, there's only good tattooers left.
That's how I felt.
Right?
Yeah.
But secondly, for a challenge where we're testing contrast, we felt like the tips of the fur disappeared into the skin, and they
Okay.
should have been just a little more defined. But we're splitting hairs here at this point.
I feel like if I walked away with that tattoo, I'd be pretty stoked.
Stoked, yeah. So this was the tattoo of the day. This is Anthony's cheeseburger monster.
Definitely a super fun tattoo, and the eyeballs that were the olives was such a creative, fun thing to do. I thought that was so cool.
I loved it. The only complaint I had about this tattoo was, what is this burger monster gonna do once it gets you? Is it gonna gum you to death? Like, where's the teeth in this thing?
I guess the octopus tentacles, it's gonna grab you.
It's gonna slurp you up into
Yeah,
the...
it's gonna eat you, I guess.
Yeah, I guess, or just like suckle on you once it gets you. But what a cool tattoo.
It is a super cool tattoo.
Okay, Jade's angry avocado monster.
It's super cute. I like the cute little avocado for sure, but I definitely see how it could have been more new school.
There's no movement, there's no flow, there's no pop colors, there's no reflective light. It's just flat. There's a lot of tricks to make it read as new school, and I don't think you did any of them. You know, she's a talented tattooer, but it's challenges like this that highlight the areas you could improve on. And even though I don't think this is at all Jade's best day, I think after doing this, she has an understanding of like, these are the things I can work on. These are the things I can improve. You know, and sometimes you have to kind of hit the bumper there to come back and figure out where to move forward, because she's incredible at black and gray, like no other. This was James' Texas tattoo. It was a colossal space monster, and it was colossal in scale and colossal in the character. This was a freaking huge tattoo.
I mean, it's incredibly impressive, and to me, the biggest thing that like felt so real to me were those hands holding the little rocket chips. Like even the indentations in the fingers, like they just felt so specific, and that attention to detail was awesome.
Hands are some of the most difficult anatomy to draw. And to be able to illustrate hands that are so characterized like this, you have to have such an understanding of the anatomy of a hand that you're that comfortable with it that you can morph it into your own. Right?
Yeah.
Like the level of his illustration on this is insane. This was Pony's tattoo. We thought it looked like Pony.
I see it actually.
You see it? What did you think about this one?
I kind of got this like Frankenstein vibe from
Yeah.
it. I think it's cool. I definitely think that like, he hit the new school challenge.
I just would want to see like a switch in textures. It's a zombie. I think you could have played around with scabs or little pits in the face, or just make that little character look a bit more dead.
Textures in the brain to me.
Yeah, in the brain for sure, for sure. We just thought it needed something like, put stripes on the t-shirt. Give it a little point of interest, because everything is smooth, blended, saturated. It was butter,
Yeah.
but we wanted a little more grit to mix things up a little bit.
But it is stellar. I mean, it's an awesome tattoo.
It was solid, yeah. This was Kat's tattoo.
I loved this one. I love the way the light mimics the tattoo. I love the saturation. I love the tattoo. It does convey that emotion where it feels like it's jumping out at you. It's a monster. Everything about it just like hit it for me, and I love this tattoo.
Did you notice that the glowing ball on the anglerfish is like a sexy hoo-hoo showgirl fish that the little fish is being attracted to?
Oh my God, I love that.
It's like a little burlesque fish silhouette, like live girls.
That is awesome. I want to see the
Yes.
person in the tattoo.
Yeah, because at first glance, you're like, wow, that's a great tattoo. And then when you realize what it is, you're like, it's a great tattoo with a personality. Oh, this was Lucy's. This was the tattoo that sent her home. How do you feel about this?
I thought Lucy was an incredible tattooer. I mean, she was awesome and I was rooting for her. The tattoo is really cool. I understand that there wasn't as much contrast in it.
It was rough though. I mean, it's a huge tattoo with hard colors on a hard placement, and she really did do the best that she could, but you know, everybody has bad days.
Judges have decided, Lucy, you do not have what it takes to be Ink Master.
Thank you for all the opportunity and all the critique, and this is such a memory for my life. Thank you for very much.
Felt emotional watching her go. I definitely wanted to see what else she had,
Same, we did too.
but she was really awesome.
It seemed like week after week, Lucy kept getting really the short end of the stick when it came to canvases. She always got ribs, hard placements, difficult canvases. And what I will say about her is from the beginning to the end of this competition, she came in with positivity. She didn't bitch or complain. She was grateful and thankful for the opportunity. It was sad to see her go, to be honest. So before we go, I'm going to ask for your State of the Tattoo Union address on an important topic in our industry. There's always so much talk and so much debate about the difference of getting tattooed by a woman and getting tattooed by a man. Have you, in your experience, felt like there's any difference in terms of the experience, the pain level? Overall, have you noticed any divides between the two?
So I've been tattooed by men, I've been tattooed by women, and to me, it's not the gender, it's the person.
Yeah.
I've had bad experiences with both, I've had good experiences with both.
Yeah.
And it really just depends on who the tattoo artist is.
Oh, I completely agree. I couldn't agree more. I will say there is a difference as a tattooer tattooing men and women a lot of the time. Not to generalize,
I understand that.
but women are better at getting tattooed. We're so much better at it. Well, thanks for coming on. Thanks for being a fan of the show and supporting the crap out of our industry and being awesome and funny. Why don't you let the world know where we can find you, where we can follow you, and what's happening next?
Well, thank you so much for having me. It means so much to be here. I mean, I really love and respect all tattoo artists, and especially you, so thank you. You could find me on my website, nataliecuomo.com, and I'm at Natalie Cuomo on all social platforms, but there's an underscore afterwards on Instagram.
Perfect.
And yeah, I'm on tour. I'm gonna be touring in Europe, across the US, in Canada, and Australia, and you can find all those tickets at nataliecuomo.com.
And get them. Get the tickets.
Get the tickets.
Get the tickets. Well, that's it for this episode of No More Ink. Don't forget to watch this season on Paramount Plus and subscribe to the Inkmaster channel on YouTube for everything Inkmaster.
Yay!